This is the Keychron V1 Max, a 75% keyboard from Keychron. Alright, let's get right into unboxing it. Looks like we got foam. This keyboard is very well packaged. And what do we have here? It looks like a user manual. We'll probably read that later. And here we have like how to put in switches. Nice, I guess. And as a quick start guide, that's cool. We can learn how to start it up. We'll probably use that later, but let's wing it for now. Alright, and there's the keyboard. Let's not waste any time and get straight out of the box. This thing is very good for a high-end budget keyboard. It appears the box does come with some accessories, a USB-C to USB-C cable. That's actually a very high quality cable. It's got like metal ends and it's like well protected wire. We've got extra switches if we're switching it to the Windows version, which I probably will do. And here we got some stabilizers, and it looks like just the USB to USB-C adapter and how to like unscrew the stabilizers. That's like a mini screwdriver. That's pretty cool. And here we got another converter from USB-C to USB. We'll probably open that. And now we have a keycap and switch puller. This one's dual-ended. I've always wanted one of these. I've got so many that are just doubled up. I'm going to take a quick glance at the quick start guide so I can figure out how to get this started and get right into the review. Let's get it out of the package so we can actually do what the quick start guide tells us to do. Wow. From first glances, this keyboard truly looks excellent. It is just like, from aesthetics point of view, just really nice to look at. We'll get into how it sounds a bit later in the video, but for now we gotta figure out how it's gonna work. So since this is a Bluetooth keyboard, we're gonna need to charge it. So let's take the USB-C cable that came with the accessories and plug it right in exchange for that USB-C cable. Boom, there we go. And it's got the RGB, that's so cool. While that charges up, I want to tell you all just a bit about Keychron. Keychron is a company that focuses on making keyboards and keyboard accessories. So they have many different variants of keyboards, and it's really cool, so I highly advise checking it out. I'll have the link to the keyboard that I have, the Keychron V1 Max, and Keychron's individual website for .com and .ca. But there are others for if you're located in other parts of the world. For my V1 Max, I got with the Keychron Jupiter Banana switches, which are a tactile switch. A bit more about the V1 Max as we let it charge up is that it's a 75% keyboard with Bluetooth 5.1 connectivity and 2.4 GHz wireless. It has QMK support. It's gasket mounted, south-facing RGB, so you can look directly at it. It supports both Mac and OS, 1000 Hz powering chip, and hot swappable. Here are all the layers to it. So it actually has like keycaps, a top case, switches, plate, gaskets, PET foam, sound absorbing foam, case foam, PCB, battery, and a bottom case. So this keyboard has a lot of layers, which will add to sound absorption to give you a more like thick or like thocky feel. The 2.4 GHz Bluetooth connectivity just allows you to like connect, and it pretty much flows really fast. And the keycaps that come with it are double shot, but only on the top layer. I'll show you more about the keycaps in a second. The gasket is just like a little bit of flex on the keyboard, so like when you're like using it, it has a little flex, which is like really comfortable for typing. I'll also get a bit more into that later in the video, like on its own individual section. And as with most Keychron keyboards, you can program it with the QMK and Keychron launcher, which is like you can make certain buttons do certain things, like the knob. You can like program it to be like volume or brightness, which is really cool. It adds to like the customizability of your keyboard, which I believe is just like really convenient, and you can use it quite easily. So the hot swappable is just like you could pull out the switches that came with it and give it different ones. Same with the keycap, just switch them off and put new ones back on. RGB, south-facing, means it faces towards you. Like never eat like any southwest. South is like towards you. And like it has 3 different switch varieties. Red is a linear switch, brown is tactile, and yellow is, or banana is also tactile, but it has a different tactile feeling compared to the brown switch. The stabilizers are screw-in PCB, which means they're screwed in, which will stabilize like the larger keys such as spacebar, enter key, shift, and backspace, which is really cool, and most keyboards have that. It's like the stability. And I've already gone over everything that's over in the box. And this also comes in barebone version, so if you're interested in that and fully customizing it to your tastes, there's an option for that, as with many other Keychron keyboards, which I believe is just really cool and convenient. If you are interested, I'll leave the spec sheet up for a few seconds. You can pause the video and take a look at all the specs. You can tell when the keyboard is finished charging because there is an indicator light, and when it switches from red to green, that means the keyboard has been fully charged. The keycaps are double shot PBT, but only the top layer is double shot, not the full keycap. As you can see here, it only goes down just a little bit, but it still does add a more thicker or thocky sound, which is still pretty cool. This keyboard offers 3 modes of connectivity. First off, we have the dongles. We have USB Type-C, and it has engraved text that says Keychron, so you can't ever really lose it, and it is magnetic, so it just really gets right back into the keyboard case, which is just really convenient. There's also USB Type-A dongle that also says Keychron on the top, but it's really convenient that these have magnets, as there's no need to store them elsewhere. They go right back into the keyboard and they stay there. But without any further ado, let's bring you right into the actual sound of the keyboard, and we're just going to use the USB Type-A dongle for now, but there are other modes of connectivity that we will try and use later. The other modes this keyboard has is the Bluetooth function, which is really convenient, 2.4 gigahertz, which is the dongles, and cable mode. All these modes work perfect, and it's really convenient that you can use both. I've just connected mine with Bluetooth. For testing, we're going to be using the Keychron launcher, which is what you can use to fully customize your keyboard. I can make the knob do volume, pressing it will mute it, and up and down is left and right, which is really convenient, and then you can make the keys do their own things, which is also really cool. But make sure when you're trying to use the Keychron launcher to use wired mode. It doesn't work using the dongle or Bluetooth, so make sure it's wired. In the Keychron launcher, you basically have endless customizability. You can customize just the actual keyboard and what it does. And one of my favorite things is you can control the backlighting and change how the keyboard lights up. As you can see here on the right side, I am changing my brightness, and it's changing the brightness of the keyboard basically at the same time, which is really fast response, which is actually really cool. There are also many different modes you can choose that your keyboard lights appear in. See, they have this full list of just so many different things to suit anyone's taste of what you want your keyboard's RGB to do. As you can see, I'm changing the solid color light of the keyboard, which is you can make your keyboard any color that you want it to be, and it just stays that color. In addition to changing your color, look at this. I can also switch how that color appears. So now I have it on a little flash setting. I forgot what this one is called, but there are so many different ones, so you can suit any one of your tastes. This one just spirals out from the middle, which is also really, really cool. And there are so many different options that you can use to select whatever mode you prefer for your keyboard's RGB. The Keychron launcher also provides so many other types of customizability, so be sure to check it out. And the Keychron Halloween event goes until November 15th, so be sure to go and grab your details. And Apple has featured the K3 Max with the new Mac Mini, which proves Keychron is the best choice for your keyboard. I never thought I'd be promoting Apple in my videos, but here we are. Wow, let's get back to the review. For the in-action keyboard test, I'm going to be using a platform called Nightstripe. If you all have any suggestions of any other platforms I should try to test keyboards, please drop them down in the comments. I'd love to see it. And just in case you want to watch, I have the screen so you can see what I'm typing. But you can also focus on the keyboard just to see how it sounds. And I'm going to be quiet for a sec now so you can listen. All in all, that keyboard just sounds so good, and it's really satisfying to type with because there's the gasket mount design, which is just a little flex that you get when typing. Right here, if you just press it, all the keys just flex with it, which adds to the comfort of the typing, and it's just really so awesome. I highly recommend checking out this keyboard. Thank you all so much for watching. It was so fun to make this video. I hope to make more keyboard review videos in the future. Have a great day. Happy typing. Bye!